Last week, Senator Romney said the truth out loud. There is, quote, no work being done by this committee to deal with our budget and to deal with federal spending, end of quote. Senator Romney also said, quote, this committee needs to stop acting for the cameras and start working for the American people to finally deal with the massive deficit and debt that we have, end of quote. That sounds kind of reasonable to me. I've been saying this for 15 climate change hearings and counting. Today, rather than working on a budget to curb spending, we're discussing the impact of climate change on outdoor recreation. Democrats pretend that the Fiscal Responsibility Act included a budget for 2024 and 25. In fact, Congress is operating under a so-called deeming resolution that's supposed to be a temporary placeholder until we complete a real budget. It's no substitute for a serious fiscal plan based on bipartisan input that incorporates new tools to enforce fiscal discipline. This committee has sole responsibility to produce such a budget. If we don't, no other committee will. The same can't be said on the subject of outdoor recreation. Senator Grassley and Manchin are working diligently together to pass a bipartisan outdoor recreation legislation at the Energy and Natural Resources Committee. Senator Ernst and Shaheen held a similar small budget hearing, outdoor recreation, a few months back. I know Iowans enjoy outdoor recreation as much as anyone, whether it's hunting, fishing, hiking, camping, boating. Iowans have plenty to offer. Not to brag, Mr. Chairman, but Iowa, in fact, has 3 times as many ski areas as Rhode Island. We have 3, you have 1. Outdoor rec.
Low bar.
Okay.
New Hampshire might be able to weigh in here.
Okay. Outdoor recreation plays an important role in our national economy. In 2022, outdoor recreation contributed $564 billion to our gross domestic product. But this committee has bigger fish to fry. Last year, interest alone on the national debt cost taxpayers $659 billion, and the interest costs are projected to exceed $1 trillion within 2 years. It's time that we stopped ignoring the Congressional Budget Office's repeated warnings about our unsustainable debt and the serious risks it poses to our economy. Yes, climate change also poses a risk to our economy, but its risk to outdoor recreation is far from clear. Peer-reviewed research in this area is sparse. To the extent it exists, several studies suggest it could be a boon for many parts of the industry. Not even President Biden's U.S. Department of Commerce has published any data or research indicating impending turmoil in the outdoor recreation economy due to the climate change. Now, this hearing may add evidence where the Department of Commerce is short. I hope so. My Democrat friends on this committee consistently complain about an alleged lack of bipartisanship when it comes to climate policy. But then they use climate change, smoke and mirrors to ignore our immediate responsibilities as legislators. It's no wonder Americans are fed up with Washington. It's also no wonder participation at these climate hearings has faded. Senator Romney and I both believe climate change is a significant problem, but neither of us can support this agenda for the Budget Committee. Our constituents deserve a Budget Committee that focuses on the budget. That's why I'm excited to welcome Professor Holmes from Wharton School of University. I'm going to be introducing him in a minute and our other one, so I will end my statement here at this point. I'm eager to hear how climate change and outdoor recreation groups use some of their resources to bolster this agenda that you've laid out for us, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Jua Holmes is a professor of finance and economics and senior vice dean, research centers and academic initiatives at Wharton School, University of Penn. He is also a visiting scholar for the U.S. Federal Reserve. His expertise is on the role of financial markets to the macroeconomy. We'll hear also from Mr. Scott Walter, president of Capital Research Center. He served as special assistant to the President of the United States for domestic policy. He was also vice president at the Philanthropic Roundtable. Walter has written for and been quoted in the New York Times, Washington Post, Wall Street Journal, and Chronicle of Philanthropy. Thank you for coming.